perfection, learning from failure, loyalty, and persistence. Manners and behavior can take you where money can never take you. Candy shines in the building. Check it out again time, so go ahead and get ready. Cause knowledge will be dropped on your mouth, growing heavy. Since you wanna be a super duper star, hot shot, roll with the top notch, blue up in a hot spot. Stop, pause, sit for a second. Classes in session, no need to raise your hand for any question, cause we gon' expose it all. Give you the rise and fall, the pro ball, like the feds, the track, the crashes, the highest flights of height. Rookies don't know what you're in for. Sit back, relax, and let these veterans serve the info. That's why I know, when it's a lie, yo. The more we love the story, the more the hype, yo. Cause what you see, the lads and luxury, the make a bucks and bing, and easy is what it seems, and the things they go through. Something good to show you, from the news, from almost any interviews they go through. And they show you how to play this game, how to...
When you realize that a guy's from Mendel, all of a sudden you see him totally differently. I lived out in Oak Forest. I raised a family out in Oak Forest, and I didn't know it till I got involved in this job and looked at the roster. And by the way, if anybody wants a copy of their roster with the addresses and show you who's alive and who's dead, get in touch with me, ZekeDrez@AOL.com. But I didn't know there were like 3 guys from my parish out in Oak Forest, St. Damien, who I found out went to Mendel. And all of a sudden, I saw him totally differently. You know, I've never known him forever. You know, but now
my brother's right there.
Brother, yeah, hey, you remember when we did this? You know, and it goes. So again, there's something to that, and I think it's the same thing. You can do a job interview, and all of a sudden, you know, I know when I would go into one, I'd be always looking around the guy's office trying to connect to something. You know,
right? Yeah.
That connection is important, and we've been fortunate that we've got a lot of great guys. The guy who runs the University of Chicago, Mendel guy, John Boyer, he was our man of the year 2 years ago.
In the gangs, the streets, and the money and everything, I looked up to them guys. And I want to be like Ali, because Ali said, I hit you 6 times before you turn the lights out.
Let's talk about the gangs in the streets and that, all of that. How when you grew up with that, but they kept that street from the ball players though, right? Didn't y'all kept that straight? Talk about that, how that worked out for y'all back in the days, Red, because the ball players were y'all brothers, right?
You could go anywhere and see any girl in any neighborhood and they say, oh, that's Billy Harris. That's Red Rose. That's Frank Kaminsky. Big old 6'10" white boy nobody touched because he came with us.
Right.
Andre Wakefield. Anywhere they go play at, if you win me, I'm running in and around the circle, ain't no gang banging. I respected all the gang members and leaders because they respected me.
Right. Right. The athletes, and then some of the athletes were some of the coldest basketball players and athletes. Some of the gang bangers was the coldest athletes.
Yes, sir.
And somebody else said that on one of these podcasts. They said most of the gang bangers was on the team.
Yeah. They were.
Chicago legends, you know, high school basketball players.
We got to talk about Chicago legends, man. You know, we just can't talk about the NBA guys. These guys that was better than them that didn't make it.
Man, tell me, they couldn't make the league for whatever reason. They didn't get there.
Like y'all boy Bo, man. Y'all called him Bo Ellis. What was Bo's real name? Bo was a bad motherfucker. Edward Ellis. Man, that was a bad motherfucker, man.
And you know, it was a guy before him named Bo Ellis that was good, and that's why we named him Bo Ellis.
I figured that. That's why I put the two things together, man.
Yeah.
But I tell you, that the matchup between him and McAdoo, man. I saw them play at Southtown Wild, man. That was crazy, man.
That was legendary, man. There were 2 guys that knew each other through the high school playing, but they always they knew each other, but you know, it's a mutual respect. But it's competitive, man. It's their competitive nature, man. I ain't gonna let you be the out here like that. So
yeah. Edward, people see that's another name that people don't bring up. Basketball. All the quick fixes, man. Look, I don't always agree with what President Trump says, but all the excess transfers and all of the longevity playing in college and all of that, it's gotta stop. It's gotta stop because it's stealing opportunities from young kids that's coming behind. It's stealing too many opportunities from these high school kids. You got guys that's still in college that's 27, 26, 27, 28 years old still trying to play college basketball. The whole system is just messed up right now. So shout out to Illinois. Great run. It was a quick fix. They made it to the Final Four. Great run. I just feel like we got to get back to grassroots. We got to get back to where it all started and people start just building up their own cities, building up the communities where they live with the young people who are there instead of poaching. It's kind of like poaching to me. You know what I'm saying? You know what poaching is all about. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna watch the Michigan
And that was the one thing I loved when I was at Collins High School. See, them boys wanted directions, man. And what I did, I had to make an example out of the boys Steve Holland. Red Ross, you remember Houdini? Man, that boy, man, he was the first one I put off the team because he didn't make the study table.
Yeah.
And then that put the word, to the other boys' mind that, hey, Coach Russell ain't bullshit. He kicked the stall. Well, see, I played the game. I tried to get in his head.
Yeah.
And that's what made him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like I said, man,
early, what you think? Why you think they don't get theirs early? And why they don't wait late to get their children? They get them early.
Right, you're right. They get them early. Man, when my brother was with the Lakers, we would drive to the park and what's that?
This is the disparity in college basketball and professional basketball that I see. Now the NBA, they want young players, but the college is getting older players. That's why I'm saying, how are we going to manage that? Like, how is that going to end up averaging out when it's time to go for the NBA draft? And they saying basically this draft right here that's coming up is going to be one of the most loaded drafts since 2003. So they're expecting a huge freshman class out of this draft for for this 2026 draft. But like I said, most of the kids that are in college is 23, 24, 25, 6 years old playing in these national championship games. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if the NBA is not looking at that age range to be drafted into the NBA, then college is making a play on it. They taking older kids, they taking older players and playing them in college and winning national.
But I was definitely in. My mentality was, and I don't think a lot of guys get this. My mentality was, you need to fill up as much as possible all 4 categories.
Right.
Making your points. I tried it. At least 34. I was trying my best. So my goal was 15 or more. But I only played like maybe 8 minutes in a game. So I was showing out.
You were chucking them boys up.
Oh my goodness. Oh man. But and I come back to that in a second. Rebounds. I must have at least like 9, 10 rebounds at least in that span period. Because I enjoy putbacks. Block shots, assists, steals. I wanted to get all that in. Because to me,
serious players, we had a guy in Atlanta, okay? They call him the Crime Stopper. Okay. This dude could ball. He was phenomenal.
Right.
The reason why they call him the Crime Stopper, because when he came to the game, crime stopped. Okay. And
wow.
all the dudes that all the gangsters and stuff was at the game. So
wow.
They called him the Stopper. So we've seen a lot of things that in this league that other leagues won't see. Okay. And I'm going back to answer your question. We look for players that go overseas. Okay. Mm-hmm. We will have a draft soon. In the next 3 months, we'll have a draft soon, so players can come out and show their stuff. So we can have a draft, so we can pick players for each team. Okay.
Man, I don't know if y'all been paying attention to what's been going on in college right now, but immediately after the national championship game, the doggone transfer portal opens up. And when the transfer portal opened up, it's like a bonfire. It just took off. 2,900 kids hit the transfer portal, and it's only 5,600 total college athletes playing college basketball. That's over damn near 70 to 75% of the players is in the transfer portal. So it made me want to get on to talk about this, because these kids won't know what it feels like to have an alma mater.
What I want to say is there's more dreams in a graveyard. You know what I'm saying? And what that means to me is life is fragile. You know what I'm saying? I'm not promised tomorrow. I'm not even promised the next 5 minutes. You know what I mean? So to me, that means that every opportunity I give is, number one, is a blessing. And number two, use the
our number one team. We gotta get it back like it was. I said, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Nobody knows this but you now, because ain't nobody listening. I'm gonna get you 2 basketball coaches that are gonna turn this son of a bitch out. If you listen to me, because I was doing well in track, I want the other programs to come up because they got rid of wrestling, they got rid of swimming, they got rid of. I said, look, we can get basketball back up there quickly. I said, y'all done tried everything, just listen to me. I'm gonna bring you 2 coaches that's gonna do it. She said, who? I said, one of them name is Sonny Cox. Sonny Cox. When it been in the paper, I said, hey, Sonny Cox, turn this. Said, I said, hold on now. This true story. I said, and for the women, I'm gonna bring you a lady named Dorothy Gators.
Ooh.
I said, I can do that.
The more kids start losing, the more violent they become. Like when shorties be getting their ass beat in the game, they want to start a fight. And man, one kid on the break, now he ain't even make a play on the ball. He just ran the kid into the mat. Man, I couldn't throw his ass out that game fast enough, boy. I threw that boy ass out that game so fast, boy. I said, you little dirty motherfucker in my mind. You know what I'm saying? You getting your ass beat, and you want to go try to hack a motherfucker. Y'all starting to play dirty. I think their coach told them to do that shit. Because all of them...
Let me tell you something. You couldn't pay them Southside teams to come over and play the West Side.
I was just going to talk to you about that. So they didn't want to come out to that West Side. Well, most often than not, we heard, though, Russell, man, if we come to the West Side and we beat y'all, we got to fight our way up out of there, man.
Yeah,
like y'all did.
And you know, Henry would tell you that because he went over there to Farragut and they didn't finish the game.
They didn't finish the game. Well, I know I had
and
to.
That was the year, hey, man. That was the year Henry was 29-0.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Can anybody do a 29-0 since Hambrick? No, I don't think so.
Oh, no. King, they did it. They went undefeated and won the whole thing, too.
What year was that? With Cox?
With Jamie, with Cox, with Jamie Brandon and Donnie Selvey, Jamie Brandon's senior year. They didn't lose a game. Jamie Brandon was a hell of a player, man.
Yeah. But you know, you talk about the bases getting them Chicago back together.
And I just think that we don't do that. We don't have a recovery program, even for high school athletes. You know, once they finish playing ball in high school, we don't have anything for them to be able to recover from that. You know, I could imagine playing at Simeon, being a kid who played at Simeon, and the expectations and the pressures. Because a lot of those guys are my friends, and I understood the pressures that they had to go through being on that basketball team, you know, at Simeon back in the days, and have to walk around with that pressure of being great. And then like a lot of athletes at these schools, even the college athletes, after they finish playing, man, how do you find a happy medium in there to not feel like you need to be always playing sports, but just being a common citizen out here? And
bad boys out there, man. But like, man, guys like Mike Rags, there was a guy at our park named Mike Rags, man. Mike Rags might be one of the greatest basketball players of all times. He's definitely one of the greatest shooters of all times. There's nobody that can fill it up like Mike Hashi Rags from Princeton Park on 99th. Anybody will tell you that Mike Hashi Rags, was the Steph Curry of our neighborhood. No question. And Finger, y'all should be happy. Y'all should be take y'all fingers, stand up, because Mike Rags is a product of Finger High School, and he is one of the greatest shooters of all times, if not the greatest shooter that I've ever seen in the streets. There was nobody better that we saw shoot the ball. You know, he was one of those guys, man, Ashley May died in Zanzibar, Tanzania, April 2016, 2026, just days after getting engaged to her partner, Joe McCann. She was found unconscious in their luxury villa. Her death is being investigated by authorities as a potential suicide, a claim her family disputes, and they are demanding answers. Now, let me be clear. This podcast is just, you know, these just comments that we feel. We are not trying to incriminate anybody. We're not trying to point the finger at anybody. But it just seems strange that the videos that were shown on this young lady over there in Zanzibar with her spouse, with her new guy that she was gonna marry, they seem so happy. And then for her to die and lose her life.
Physical space, what are you doing for you today? Not your job, not meeting the deadline for your boss, not meeting the deadline for your wife or your husband or your children, not meeting the deadline for a field trip you might have to go on with the kids, you know, or bill that need to be paid, or all of this stuff. What are you doing for yourself? Far too many times we get ourselves caught up and running in circles. We kind of like Americans. They say Americans are like hamsters on a wheel. We get up, we get dressed, we go to work. We get up, we get dressed, we go to work. We get dressed, get up, get dressed, go to work. But we don't break that stuff up. And you have to be able to break it up with a happy medium at some point in your life by doing something other than just working.
Yeah.
No, you don't. That's in the history books. South was 31-1 at the time. Should have won that game. Russell Lynn, Lonnie Lynn, 6'9", 6'8", William Shaw. They had a hell of a team. Oscar Brashear, Julian Hammond. He went to the ABA. Went to Tulsa. They lose to Marshall, a team that really wasn't supposed to be in there. And so anyway, when they get to a couple of years later, whatever it was, Lynn steals on Clyde Otis. Clyde Otis was a star for Marshall, one of Mickey Johnson's good friends. That's why Mickey went to Aurora, because of Clyde Otis and Wendell Cross and Lewis Price. They were buddies. They go to Aurora, but Lynn freaks out. He hits Clyde Otis, and the battle is on.
Oh, but what I want to understand is that what I saw is.
I remember my mama brought me up in here to Roseland Hospital, boy, when I was a shorty, boy. My mama used to raise hell in that motherfucker, boy. Roseland Hospital take forever, boy, to take care of your ass. Now my mama, she wasn't going. She was raising hell. Motherfucker, you go see my son. 111th Street YMCA, boy. Them were good old days up in there playing ball up in there, man, as a young kid. Good old Roseland, man. Always my favorite community in the city. Mendel High School. It ain't Mendel no more, but yeah, I remember, man, walking to the parties up in here back in the days, man. That is it, Gwendolyn Brooks. Man, they were the days, boy. Young man coming to school out here. Yes, I did. Navigate.
I was fortunate to play with Billy Harris.
Was he that good? Was he that good?
Oh man, please. We could. All right, now you have me taking off my sweater and Billy Harris was the only player you would know like him. I mean, I never played with a person that Billy Harris is like this. He'll tell you what he's getting ready to do to you.
And do it.
And then do it.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I mean, on the court, he'll tell you, I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna cross the half court, I'm gonna bounce the ball, I'm gonna go through my legs, then I'm gonna go over to the corner and I'm gonna score on your ass. And do it. He do it exactly the way he says. And I'm like, is this real? You know, I'm gonna take the ball, I'm gonna go through my legs, I'm gonna go behind my back, and I'm gonna go over to the side, I'm gonna shoot.
I don't care what sport you play, okay?
Right.
Football, baseball, track, whatever it is, it's temporary. It's only gonna last a short period of time, okay?
Right.
And one of the things that we get caught up in is not really paying attention to the end. The end is coming. Whether it's diminishing skills, you're just not good enough, you get injured, all those things can happen. So what are you preparing yourself while you play to do when that time comes for you? Because it's going to come. And I think about this. It doesn't matter how many all-star teams you've been on, right? Doesn't mean how many points you average, how many rebounds you get. The end of your career playing basketball is going to end. Now, it could end in high school. That could be your last official game. It could be college, or it could be in the NBA or professional in Europe. But it's going to end. And we need to teach our young people that it's going to end, and you need to prepare while you play for that inevitable ending.
Wow, man. And I'm glad you decided to go into this because
I was very excited to see Dr. Lloyd Walton on yesterday.
Oh, man.
Now, I don't have to give him a lot of fanfare. You know, Mount Carmel, Marquette played the championship game with Bo Ellis. All crazy. That NBA.
Crazy.
NBA. But crazy. I'm talking about in the last, probably all his life, Bobby, the man's a stone cold mentor, man. And what the three of us are really connected. It's not an accident that I come on right behind him.
That's crazy.
The whole move is to go and get our community back.
That's right.
As old heads, man, we got to do more than just, well, you know, I used to kill them.
Right.
Oh, right. What are we doing now?
Right.
And Bobby game.
Some of the featured players are on here now, which is Al Hudson for Mendo and Mark Dunn from Mendo. Catholic League All-Star. Of course, we got Art Aaron here on for the Catholic League. We also have James Farr, who played at Mount Carmel and Creighton. Who else we have? And Leo's Mike Hampton. I don't know if you remember back then, there were two Mike Hamptons. So for Mendo, who will be playing for us, our Mike Hampton, and then Leo's Mike Hampton.
Okay.
Just to name a few, and then we got from our team, Mendo alumni team. It includes the former Player of the Year and Illinois star Jerry.
Jerry who? You broke up.
Jerry G.
Last night, or was that? Yeah, last night. I learned that Cassie Russell was the first #1 player in the country out of the state of Illinois in 1966. Do your research. I didn't know it. I just found that out. And here it is, a guy from Carver High School. He was graduated the #1 player in the country.
You can't not go through Chicago, bro. Because you don't know that that's where it's the hardest at. Chicago, New York, and LA. Them big three.
You got to get your shit off, boy. You got to go through Chicago, New York, and LA.
You gotta prove it to yourself, even not even just to them, but it's to yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that's where it's at, and niggas love comedy. That's what we know. But don't come here half stepping that. I already know.
People, man, can't live without it. You hear me?
Man, they can't wait to they gonna joke on you, nigga. I could have came up there and did that, all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Shit. It look a lot easier when you understand. It's just like hooping. Motherfuckers be thinking they can do all that shit till you get the game.
Yeah.
How you deal with hecklers, man?
Oh, you kill them.
You do? You light them up?
You kill them.
Men chasing women. People might not want to agree with that. So this is why I really got on. I got on to address the cheating allegations that people were talking about. How they were saying he cheated on her, maybe she cheated on him, or maybe they cheated on each other. So I want to get to the red line and then the white line and then see, you are not cheating until you are married. Let me repeat that. You are not cheating until you're married. See, marriage is the only thing ordained by God. And when you get into a marriage, God says it. He who finds a wife finds a good thing. Everything outside of that is fornication. So you can't say someone's cheating on you when you fornicating in the onset. So winning is everything, isn't it?
Well, nothing breeds confidence like success. And it is what you put into it and what you make of it. Because again, I'm always grateful that I didn't get my gift from a Cracker Jack box.
Right.
I got my gift from above.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? And so I've played the guy. And Rob, listen, I can't speak for anybody else, but I loved hooping, man. I tell you, after we won my sophomore year, and people started putting me in the teacher's line for macaroni and fish and greens instead of French fries. I told them I like this kind of lifestyle, Rob. It doesn't get any better than this, bro.
You would get the cream de la creme. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. I mean, people like it.
Man, they had a boy on that team, man. Oh my God, this kid, he had to be about 6'3", 6'4", maybe. Man, this little motherfucker, man, was relentless. I mean, I can't say that I've seen anybody jump that high in person in a long time. Man, the kid was touching the damn near the top of the square. Man, they were throwing him bad lobs. He was catching that motherfucker. Boom. Me and my son Kobe was wrestling together. We watching this little young nigga like, damn. He a doggone, I think he a senior or something like that, or a junior in high school. Man, this little nigga, man, shit. Boy, they talk about ain't no hoopers in Chicago. Boy, I just saw a little nigga from out west, man. Shit. And he wasn't even playing. He played on a team called Shy Hoops. Man, this little young nigga, man, he probably about 6'3", 6'4". Shit.
Hey, tell me about Arthur Simmons.
Let me tell you something. I was at Crane High School when Arthur Simmons was there. And I'll tell you something. I had James Jackson, I thought one of the baddest guards in the country. And I couldn't wait to get him and Arthur Simmons with me. Because they couldn't do the things I could do. I'll hustle them and do steals and hustle and all that stuff they wouldn't do. But the best ball handler I ever seen, Arthur Simmons. And just not the best ball handler, he could shoot with either hand. He could shoot with either hand, man. And then he had English on the ball. He could throw the ball, he could throw it here and come over here. And that ball shoot back to him and he shoot jump shot. He'd throw it here and throw it here. And that ball straight back to him. Man, you know what? I've been hearing Arthur Simmons is the best forever. Everybody ain't lying, man. Everybody ain't lying. Hey, man, Ray Adams. I see Ricky Green, that girl coming down like this. But he's 6'3". That's what makes it so pretty about him. He's 6'3 and a half, 6'2", 6'3". But he stands up.
To produce this situation, everybody should be showing up just on GP. Yeah, everybody. Yeah. If you in a wheelchair, if you hanging on whatever, just be here, man, just to say, hey, how you doing? I'm saying they have an event that happens once I think it's once sometime in the summertime. Rob, you know what I'm talking about. That's the event they have. The Hoopers, the Chicago Legends.
Oh, the Legends had that at the
man. If this ain't something close to it, man, this could be something just like it.
Yeah, man. This needs to happen because the Catholic League is big time, man.
It is.
It's big time. And y'all, I'm talking about.
That's what I really want to stress. It's not just Mendel. I want to stress this Mendel and the Catholic League sticking together.
Yeah, the Catholic League been big time in Chicago, man.
Yeah.
I mean,